An important secondary nutrient for agricultural production is sulfur. We don't speak much about sulfur in Oklahoma because commonly we don't see that many deficiencies. But as production increases, we're seeing an increased demand in sulfur, and something we should think a little bit more about. Sulfur, a secondary nutrient used by all of our crops, is very important in photosynthesis and chlorophyll production, and also the activation of enzymes. Sulfur deficiencies will typically show up as a general yellowing in new growth in fields. So if you go across the field, whether it's wheat or corn, the tips of the new leaves will start to be a little bit lighter green. Why are we seeing more sulfur deficiencies? One, sulfur is a yield-driven component. How much sulfur we need is driven by yield. Over the years, we have an increased yield across all of our crops, so we're having an increased need for sulfur in our soils. Now, one thing we keep in mind, sulfur is in low need, total need, as compared to nitrogen. So for wheat, for every 20 pounds of nitrogen that we would apply, now 20 pounds would be every 10 bushel, 10 BPA, we're going to need 1 pound of sulfur. That is OSU's rec. So 20 pounds of N, for every 20 pounds of N, we need 1 pound of sulfate sulfur. So 1 pound of sulfur. Canola and oilseed requires a significant amount of more sulfur. So with sulfur, for every 10 pounds of nitrogen that we apply 1 pound of sulfur. Our average yield is a 40 bushel wheat crop, 40 BPA, 40 bushels of wheat per acre. That demands about 80 pounds of nitrogen to get to us this 40 bushel mark. So we would be applying 80 pounds of N to reach our 40 bushel yield goal. For that 80 pounds of N, we're only going to need about 4 pounds of sulfur. So 4 pounds of sulfur is for a 40 bushel crop. Keep in mind, we're still annually getting 3 to 4 pounds of sulfur as rainfall. When you're wanting to worry about sulfur applications, I recommend a deep soil sample. Sulfur is a mobile nutrient. Sulfate is negative, so it's going to flow like nitrate through the soil. So we want a 0 to 18-inch sample and look for sulfur and base it upon a yield goal recommendation, which can be found in the Soil Fertility Handbook. For more information about sulfur, check out the SunUp website at www.sunup.okstate.edu.